Hey guys, Ash Lane here, coming at you today with some more Super Queen strategy. Now, if you search Super Queen in the forums, you'll see a ton of haters, and honestly, I don't understand it, because not only is it by far, in my opinion, the most effective way to farm your heroes, as well as anything else in the game, it's also strategically more difficult, or at least more helpful, than your average farming strategy, like Lava Lunion, or Barching, or Jaibarch, or whatever you're using. Super Queen is the only strategy that's actually going to turn you into a better war attacker as well, certainly way more than any other farming strategy. The reason being is because you really get a feel for your queen's AI, and also how to keep her alive and how to direct her in the direction you want. So, as far as tactfully speaking, strategically speaking, Queen Walk and Super Queen so similar. The only big difference is Super Queen, you're trying for resources. Queen Walk, you're trying for a 3-star attack. Now, the idea here, like this base, for example, is you go ahead and you walk your queen about 90 degrees around the base. Your entry point, hopefully, is going to be right around where the Dark Elixir is, and then you just create a funnel via either archers or using a couple giants and then archers behind them. No matter, it doesn't really matter how you do it, you just create a funnel. You create an end point to your queen's walk by placing a bunch of archers, just like Bahir did in this attack here. Then what you can do is go ahead and raise your troops upon the entry to the base. He's going to use wall breakers. I like to use earthquakes. I'm going to show you guys a couple different variations on how to get into the base. But hey, if you guys aren't using this Super Queen strategy, you have to start doing it today. Because the reason I say that is because, you know, some people just look at the strategy and they're like, you know what, that seems a little bit too complicated, or maybe some people even mistakenly think it's easy at first. It does get easy once you get a general feel for it, but at first it requires a little bit of trial and error, so some people can be discouraged after that. But let me tell you a couple things about it. Number one, you're going to farm a ton of Dark Elixir, and you're going to be able to do it consistently. Number two, it's going to help you with your queen walks. It's going to help you get familiar with how to keep your queen alive, no matter if you're Town Hall 9, 10, or 11. When I say how to keep your queen alive, what do I mean? Well, you have two options to keep your queen that's about to die alive. Sometimes it's difficult to pre-plan every little area along your queen's walk where she's going to be encountering a lot of extra damage. So what you can do is you have two tools in your arsenal to go ahead and keep that queen alive. Number one is the Rage. That should be used first. Number two is the Queen's Royal Cloak ability. That should be used in case of an emergency or second. Now, I always pre-plan, even if I don't necessarily need it. In my head, I'm always going to use one Rage on the healers to keep the Queen alive through particularly dense defensive areas. So, you can see Noah, for example, at Town Hall 11. He's going to go ahead and 3-star this base using the Queen Walk. Using Super Queen. And it's just such an effective strategy. He's farming up in Titan 3, which is a great place to farm if you're a Town Hall 11 or even a Town Hall 10 that's maxed out. And you can use this type of army if you don't want to cook up 2 golems, because obviously he's getting a nice Dark Elixir bonus. I forgot what it is in Titan 3. Someone will go ahead and comment, but it's around 2k Dark Elixir bonus, give or take. Maybe it's like 1500. But either way, that's going to cover some of your Dark Elixir costs for this army. You can see that Noah's opting to bring a couple witches and a couple golems, but you can actually just go ahead and use giants in place of the golems. They'll work just fine. In fact, I've shown recently, if you look at my 3-star legend episode about a week ago now, go ahead and check that out for a giant variation using no golems and like 16 giants. It's actually cheaper on the Dark Elixir cost, but if you don't care about spending a little bit more on your armies, you can also go ahead and include a golem or 2 on on your attack. Now we're going to end things off with a Vexthal account again. I absolutely love this strategy, and I'll tell you what, guys, I am farming 30k Dark Elixir a day. Now, I know that doesn't sound like a ton to all you guys because you're used to seeing those huge tags, those huge titles on YouTube, farm 100k DE a day, but those are all with boosts, right? So I don't boost at all on this, my Town Hall 9 account. What I do is I raid 9 or 10 times throughout the day. This army takes exactly an hour and a half to cook. That's with the spells that I use. So go ahead, and if you're using the 4 earthquakes, that actually works out well because you only have to cook up 3 regular spells. So it takes an hour and a half to cook, and then about every hour and a half, give or take, I log on, I do an attack. I haven't been nexting more than maybe 15 to 20 times to absolutely top, sometimes only, up to 5 times to find a base. I'm hitting bases that hopefully are over 3k Dark Elixir, but sometimes if I run into an easier base where I might not need all my spells, I'll go ahead and hit for anything over 2,000 depending on the base. So this army is just so effective. All I'm doing is starting my Queen Walk. I'm identifying where the resources are. You can see here, I'm using my wizards down here to make sure the rest of my troops funnel right into the center of the base. My Barbarian King, backed up by some wizards, are going to totally hammer it home in the center of this base, taking down the Dark Elixir storage as well as the Town Hall. Obviously, the 4 places you want to look in Town Hall 9 are the Dark Elixir storage. You want to identify where it is. That's the most important unit to take down. That's where you want to angle your main attack towards, and then obviously the Town Hall is the second most important, and depending if it's a dead base or not, obviously, and then your Dark Elixir drills are also something to take note of. Now, another tip for these attacks, right, is your queen oftentimes will just keep going like the Energizer Bunny. So what you want to do is, some people might end an attack over here. They look at their queen, they figure, okay, she's nowhere near anything that I care about at this point. She's going outside the base. Let's go ahead and end the attack with her on full health. But you keep her going because 9 times out of 10, if your queen is still alive and she goes around to the outside like this, she's going to make it all the way over to that other Dark Elixir pump, get me another 1,300 Dark Elixirs. So it's a good thing I didn't end early. Some people could end here, but the queen has full health anyway, so just let her keep going. She's going to be ready to go. So, guys, I hope you enjoy Super Queen farming. I can't recommend it enough to you guys. Go ahead and give it a shot. I would say level like 13 to 15 queen minimum. That's just my preference, but I've seen people do it with level 10 as well. So, guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care. Hey, guys, thanks for watching my video. Just a few ways you can help the channel out. Number 1, like. Number 2, subscribe. Number 3, comment. Tell me what you think of the video. I really appreciate it, guys, and it really helps me out a lot. Also, you can find me on social media. I'm active every day on Twitter at @clash_with_ash and on Bindle chat group #ClashWithAsh. And as always, you can find me on my website at www.clashwithash.com. Thanks, guys.